Call to the booth. Aqib Talib here with Harrison Sanford. Football is back, baby. We back. Training camp is back. Aaron Rodgers is back. Paul, drop that beat, man.
As Aqib said, we're getting close to the NFL season. Exactly 43 days until NFL football kicks off, the regular season, the one that we really care about. But now we're in training camp season. We're going to talk about that coming up in the show. Aaron Rodgers coming back to the Green Bay Packers. So much going on. And what else is key to the NFL season, Aqib, is Madden. It's coming out very soon. We're starting to see rankings released. Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver, coming in at a 99. Aaron Donald, your former teammate, coming in at a 99. And let's look at this real quick. Back in 2008, Aqib Talib was the highest rated DB in Madden. Can you take me through that moment coming in as a 94?
I said, what's that? Like, I don't remember, but I remember though, Harrison. I remember. It's just, a little shit talking came with it. I got a lot of texts from my nephews and guys from my youth program, man. It's an honorable moment right there because we all played Madden. We all grew up playing Madden. So it's definitely an honorable moment, man, when you the lead dog of your position, man. So it was an honor for sure.
The sports books started to predict or started to assume that Aaron Rodgers was going to retire as of this week. All of a sudden, people were putting money down on the Minnesota Vikings potentially winning the NFC North. All of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers is coming back now to the Green Bay Packers, reported to training camp on Tuesday. It seems as if he has built in an agreement where this will be his final season. Him and Davante Adams put out a little last dance related IG post. A lot has happened. We thought he might have not been. We thought he was going to get traded. Then we thought he was going to get retired. Now he's coming back for the final season, it would seem. What was your reaction to the entirety of this saga? And do you think this saga actually impacts them potentially negatively on the field?
I don't think it affects them negatively. You mean you're talking Aaron Rodgers, right?
I'm talking not necessarily Aaron Rodgers, but the disconnect between potentially him and players, fan base. If things go sour, everybody knowing it's their last year. I mean, I would have to imagine there's some capability for things to combust if things don't go right early, potentially.
Well, yeah, that's if he signed a 10-year extension and they gave him $100 million or $200 million, and his first 6 games was terrible. It'll be ugly for everybody, regardless. If you lose games, it's gonna be ugly regardless. So, man, I don't think it'll have a negative effect, man. I think the town, the fans embrace him, the team going to embrace him. Everybody deserves it's your journey. So everybody deserves to create that journey however they want. You feel me? So I think it's gonna be a welcome home. The fans gonna be excited. The locker room hella excited. Because at the end of the day, football players, man, we want to win games, man. If Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback, we know we got a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. So I think the players, they'll welcome him in.
One of our former guests, Davante Adams, it was reported that he cut off contract extension talks. Then all of a sudden, a couple days later, you see Aaron Rodgers saying that he's coming back to the team. Now a new report comes out on Tuesday that Davante Adams is open to starting contract extension talks, even though he's set to be a free agent next offseason.
Yeah.
Do you think, maybe you think it is for Aaron Rodgers, do you think it's the last year for the combination of Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams in Green Bay?
Honestly, Harrison, I don't even think this is the last year for Aaron Rodgers, man. I don't think they ain't signed a deal yet, but from what I've seen, it said extension. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you doing all that extension for 1 year. The last dance post was in one ear and out the other to me. It was just, something you do for the fans when you mad. Let the team know, yeah, I'm still mad. Like, he just hinting on, I'm still mad. This will be my last year. Y'all better stop playing with me. Y'all better bring me in the draft room. I think next year, Aaron Rodgers will be in the draft room. He's going to have a lot more say-so in who they're going to get. And I think Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, they'll be there for 3-4 more years.
I didn't think you'd go there. Do you just think he was just filing his grievances? What do you think is going to change between that relationship? Can you just go a little further for me?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, what made Aaron Rodgers mad is he felt like he wasn't Aaron Rodgers of the team. Y'all treat him like he's a regular player, and he's not a regular player. So I think that now he's back in the building. They gotta understanding that. First of all, y'all gonna make him the highest paid quarterback. Now, he would have been good with his contract had he been in the draft room and all that. But now y'all gonna make me the highest paid quarterback. I'm gonna be involved in our logistics, who we go get, who we trade, who we cut. I'm gonna be involved in all that. So I think they just got a real understanding. They kind of asked him, what do you want? What you want, Aaron? And he put it on the table. This is what I want. And that's what they gave him. And that's why he's back in the building right now. I don't think it'll be a 1-year thing.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, things have kind of, sort of, maybe, probably changed in Houston with Deshaun Watson. His allegations for sexual misconduct are still present, but it looks like the Houston Texans are now more willing to trade him. Do you think a trade happens?
I do. It happens, and it happens fast. It's going to happen soon, Harrison.
Well, the interesting thing about
the teams, we're going to talk about them teams, but they got a guideline what they want for him. He know he gone. He came to camp, so he won't get fined. He ready to go. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next few weeks.
Well, the interesting thing about when it comes to him is that there's maybe two trains of thought, because there's some people who think, well, the Texans are losing leverage every day, because you're not just you're getting a talented player, but there's also, we don't know if he might get placed on the exempt list. We don't know if he's going to actually, he can get injured in camp. He got injured in camp before, previously in his career. And then there's also, unfortunately, even though things have not been proven to be true, there's still allegations. You and I are in the media world. Allegations in public perception can very much hurt the profile of a general manager who makes that trade, profile of a team who makes the trade for him. There is going to be a segment of the fan base that is not going to be happy with the move, and the team has to assume that blame, that criticism for making such a move, even though at this moment in time there are only allegations. So I believe that, to your point, it should happen sooner than later, because as days go on, we don't know. The public perception about this move for the team that's doing it could get worse.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely could get worse, or it could get better. You know what I'm saying? It could get worse. It could get better. But I think whatever team is going to take him in, man, they know that he's coming with baggage. They know what baggage he's coming with. They know that they're going to get some feedback from the fans. They're going to get some negative feedback from some of the fans who disagree with the move. But once Deshaun get on the field and he start winning games, man, that's going to be the topic at hand. So long as he come back and he's play like Deshaun, that I think the fan base there accept him, the team going to accept him, everything will be cool.
One of your trade suggestions was going to the Denver Broncos. We obviously know there's a situation with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater battling each other in training camp. Right. We'll actually discuss that battle in our next episode next week, that training camp battle for the starting quarterback position. I think we all understand why you would want to make that trade for Deshaun Watson if you're the Broncos.
Definitely, man. It's a win-win for both sides. Deshaun would inherit a great team. The Broncos would inherit a great quarterback. He got wideouts there. He got a defense there. It's a win-now situation if they get Deshaun, and then you send them whatever they want. You can send them Drew Lock. You can send them Teddy. You know what I'm saying? Whoever they want.
Take all the draft picks.
Take all of them, man. Y'all take all of them. Take all the draft picks. You send them whatever they want. If Deshaun get in Denver, they're gonna be something to record. That's gonna be a nice AFC championship matchup between the Chiefs and the Broncos.
Okay. Move number 2, which you said you would not do if, for whatever reason, Deshaun Watson is deemed ineligible for the 2021 season. But trade number two, rather yet.
Move number 2, I had the Eagles. Now, if the Eagles could have Deshaun this year, then that'd be a great move, man. You add Jalen Hurts is not. I'm not knocking Jalen Hurts at all, man. He ready to go, but he young. So if you got a chance to take out Jalen Hurts and put Deshaun Watson in there for this season, then you immediately probably jump to the top or tie with the Cowboys at the top of the NFC East, and you're gonna be a contender in the NFC immediately with Deshaun in there. And Houston, it's a win for them as well, because they get Jalen Hurts, a young up and coming guy, a guy who proved he could play in the league already, and it's a win for them too. They'll get a bunch of draft picks with Jalen Hurts, man. So I think that's a win-win for both teams.
Seems as such. I've been keeping a very much attuned to the media coverage in Philadelphia. I think a prominent NFL reporter, I think it might have been Adam Schefter, who suggested that Philadelphia has the best trade package available because of Jalen Hurts' status as a young rising star quarterback and the draft capital that they can give up. But I've also seen there has been a lot of backlash preemptively about that move because of his legal situation and the allegations that are facing him. Again, it's a very confusing and conflicting situation for both sides.
Yeah, it is.
Deshaun, team, fan base, it's a lot going on, but it's going to get resolved at some point. All right, move number 3. You have him going to another former team of yours, the New England Patriots.
New England Patriots, man, I think, so if they didn't have him this year, the Patriots, like, we got Cam. We'll keep Cam. We'll ride with Cam this year. We got a backup who could play just in case Cam gets hurt. And they got a first-round pick, first-round quarterback. So the Texans will receive a first-round quarterback, Mac Jones, a young guy who's got potential. You know he got some type of potential if Bill Belichick picked him. You know what I'm saying? If that front office picked him in the first round, you know, they don't really pick quarterbacks in the first round. So they picked him. They must see something they like about him. We've seen what he did in college. So I think it's a win-win. Houston, they'll come up on a quarterback and a bunch of picks. The Patriots that have Deshaun this year, if they ain't have him this year, they got Cam and they got him next year. And you know, New England is known for bringing guys in. You mess up, you come to New England, man, they give you a fresh start, put you on the stage. Bill known for that, man. He known for that. So guys do well when they go there. That fan base, they know Bill bring in guys with a rep. They accept everybody out there, man. So he'll be definitely accepted out there in New England, and he'll have a home for a long time.
Yeah, and I think that's a very strong point that you bring up, because again, the element of this trade is the public perception that you will have to deal with. Bill Belichick, as you said, has taken in guys. You were a guy who came from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you think you would say your public perception changed after your time with the New England Patriots?
I don't know if my shit changed now, Harrison, but I think I was viewed as more professional. You know what I'm saying? I viewed as more professional. I probably still got in a little couple situations after I left there, but I definitely was viewed as Aqib Talib, the NFL player cornerback, instead of the Aqib Talib, the off the field nightmare. You know what I'm saying? It definitely so it did change. You know what I'm saying? I still got in a few situations when I left there, but man, I was accepted immediately by that fan base, by that team, by that front office. It was like anything I did in the past, it never existed.
Yeah, no, I think that's, for that factor, it could be that could probably be the best one, obviously, because it's really going to potentially benefit both teams the most. And
right.
as much as it would be great for Deshaun Watson to go to the Broncos, there is a quarterback in that division by the name of Patrick Mahomes. That'd make life very tough for him to get out of there. But hey, it's football. It's going to be tough anywhere. With that being said, and it being tough for teams, it is going to be very tough for players who are unvaccinated or teams that haven't met the threshold of being vaccinated to be successful in the 2021 season. The NFL recently put out a number of mandates for teams and talked about and distributed or issued a statement as it pertains to penalties for missing games for players that are unvaccinated, as much as game checks from both sides will be penalized. There'll be no games. Games will be forfeited as opposed to rescheduled that we saw last year. Those Wednesday games in the middle of the day are no longer going to happen this NFL season. I'm going to go to a guy that you know very well, Michael Irvin. He had a quote as it pertains to vaccinations. If you're not one of them teams at the threshold, are you really thinking about winning a championship?
Well, I feel like, man, it's our job, right? Now, this ain't the craziest thing our job done asked us to do. Shit, our job asks us to run into each other full speed, head first, right? I mean, they tell you to take your head out of it, but that's, in a sense, saying use the side of your head, not the top of your head, right? So, man, our job asks us to do crazy stuff all the time. And getting vaccinated is not crazy, in my opinion. It's safe. You know what I'm saying? It's safe, in my opinion. Once it passed CDC or whatever it got to pass, and they start giving them out, it's safe. You know what I'm saying? I got mine, and I'll be the same way in the locker room, man. If guys ain't getting them, then I don't even know if the vaccine make you not get it, So it's kind of weird to me, Harrison, because I think the vaccine just make you safer if you catch it, right?
Yep.
So the vaccine don't make you not get it. So I mean, I don't know. I think the NFL kind of harsh on the punishment as far as finding guys, man. You shouldn't find guys from getting sick because guys who vaccinated still can get it. But as far as not rescheduling games, and if y'all have an outbreak on that team, you got to forfeit. I'm with that, man. It's part of the game. It brings real life and football meet together. You know what I'm saying? It's shit gonna happen. The best team in the league might get an outbreak and can't play this weekend, get their only loss of the season. That's bringing real life and football together. You know what I'm saying? And people look at us as characters and superheroes sometimes. So now you will see us as we real life too. You can get sick, miss a game, just like somebody can get sick and miss work, man. So I think the NFL is right as far as not rescheduling games, but as far as finding players, you can't find guys for getting sick, man, especially in the pandemic.
Yeah, I think the penalty for players who do get sick that while they're still vaccinated is vastly different from players who get sick while being unvaccinated. I think there's a multitude of ways that we can go here. One, I do want to show a level of sympathy because I know there is a population of people who are simply not taking the vaccine because of anxiety and mental health issues and just not being mentally secure in doing something that doesn't have a long history of success, whether it's CDC approved or not.
Tell me this.
Yeah.
Does running into somebody full speed head first have a long history of success?
There you go.
Do it, Harrison.
No.
You would do that.
I mean, yes and no.
If you will run into somebody or repeatedly come off the ball and bam, block somebody with your head over and over and over again, and we've seen all the CTE studies that came out, right? If you would do that, then you might as well do this vaccine too. I don't want to hear it.
There you go. So I like that one.
Yeah, let me hop into that.
Go ahead, Paul.
Aqib, like how vocal would you be in like a locker room about something like this? Like, what would those conversations be like?
Well, Lee ain't one to bite his tongue now. You know what I'm saying? So I just clearly be like, man, I don't really know. That's a question I ask myself too, Paul, because it don't stop you from the vaccine, don't stop you from catching it.
Right.
So what I'm gonna say, everybody get the vaccine so we won't catch it and we won't have an outbreak. We still can have an outbreak. Now the only difference is if we have an outbreak, we don't get fined. Like as players, we don't get fined. We have an outbreak in this locker room. Damn, we all got COVID. We don't all of us vaccinated, so we don't really feel shit. We all asymptomatic and we don't get fined. That's the only difference. So you still can have an outbreak while you're vaccinated. So I don't know. I really wouldn't be saying shit about it, man. I'll be in the locker room. I don't know.
But then there's the population who hasn't chosen to get educated on such. That's where I think there would be a lot of frustration as a player, coach, front office personnel. There are certain guys who are getting misinformation about the actual vaccine and what it can do. So there's a lot going on. I would hope that a lot of players would just get their information from credible sources, and then there's people who actually get paid to do science versus people who studied science their whole life,
right?
Their jobs and then. Thank you. It's hey man, it's hard. It really is hard to convince people to get vaccinated. And I thought the world would have been, after everything we went through last year, I thought it'd been a lot easier, but apparently it's not. But hopefully things change. And with that being said, I'm going to identify at least what DeAndre Hopkins tweeted about. He basically said he would rethink his NFL career if these vaccination mandates were going to be passed down. And it seems like they are, because the NFL will move on without DeAndre Hopkins, as great as a player as he is. And we've seen what happened with the Paul, I forgot to write this down. Can you tell me the name of the Minnesota Vikings offensive line coach that recently retired?
Yeah, Aqib knows him from his time in Denver, Rick Dennison.
Mm-hmm. When you
update that,
ahead,
he has come to an agreement with the team where he's going to be a senior offensive advisor. So he will be with the team in some capacity, but it looks like not on that tier 1 level where he's necessarily in the building every day or something like that.
Yeah, see, I don't really understand it, man. I don't really understand it because, I mean, if you're vaccinated, that means what exactly? You tell me, Harrison, if you're vaccinated, what's going to be the difference of of a all vaccinated team versus a non-vaccinated team. If somebody with COVID go in that building, or if somebody with COVID go in this building, is it going to spread? It's going to spread in both buildings, right? But these guys is going to get fined, and these guys are not going to get fined. So it's not really a team issue. It's an individual issue. You know what I'm saying? Because as us, okay, team A, my team, I'm in the locker room like, everybody need to get vaccinated. And then player B going to say, why? And I'm going to say, so you don't get fined. He said, bro, why you worried about my money? And I'm going to say, all right, bro, you're right. I ain't worried about your money. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not really a team issue. That's why I don't really get it, because it's.
Well, I think the nuance here now is that this Delta variant is being reported as the one that's really sending hospitalizations and surging up on ICU capacity again. And I believe there was a statistic, at least here in LA County, that 99% of the people who are being hospitalized for COVID-19 now are the unvaccinated. So there is a level of protection. So yes, you still might get, you know, you might be I know people actually who got vaccinated and still got COVID again, or got COVID the first time. But at least there were, you know, it didn't seem as if the health harm didn't reach to the point where they had to go to the hospital. So I guess that would be one way to counter the why should I get vaccinated?
But that's still like a personal problem. If I get COVID and I'm vaccinated and you get COVID and you're not, you might get the Delta variant and have to go to the hospital. And player B still going to say, that's my problem, fam. That's not no team A or whatever team we own. It's not their problem. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Well, now, if we get an outbreak in here and all of us get it, then shit, we all get it. We all going to have to forfeit that game. We can't play. It ain't like, all right, the vaccinated players who get COVID, y'all still can play. Now, if that was the case, if y'all vaccinated and y'all get COVID, now y'all still can play. Now I'll be in there like, hey, everybody need to get the vaccine, bro. Because if we get an outbreak, bro, we need to still be able to play. But it's not. Yeah. That's not the case. So I don't get it. It's a dictatorship shit going on. They trying to take people money for no reason, bro.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying. It seems as if the source of frustration would be for you when you start taking away game checks due to a person. Yeah. That once you get The handbook is long, and I ain't go through all of it.
Crazy.
We got time to go through all of it. But with that being said, I do, as I think we both are still suggesting that players should get vaccinated, because you give yourself the highest chance of surviving COVID-19 and passing it along to whoever might be in your household or whoever's within your circle. With that being said, I imagine, as you've been alluding to, it does hurt for a team member, or players, or a team to lose a potential game check because of those things.
Let me ask you this. So does being vaccinated help you not spread?
From my understanding, you can still spread it.
It ain't no point.
But
not saying there ain't no point in the vaccine, but what it do?
It lessens your symptoms. Like, I've been talking to people in New York and LA where it seems like it's boosting up again, where it's like, yeah, I had it again, but it was for like 4 days and it was basically like a cold, as opposed to people that are not vaccinated. And it seems like it's a lot tougher on them.
Yeah, I think they got it confused, man. It's a personal issue if you don't get vaccinated. So the team shouldn't fine you for your personal issue, is my thing.
So you don't think the team should fine you, or the NFL should fine you?
Or the NFL, whoever doing the fining, you know what I'm saying? They shouldn't fine you because you catch COVID and you didn't get vaccinated. I could go to work, wear gloves, wear a mask, go to work, come home, eat DoorDash. I don't leave out the house. So I'm trying to prevent myself from getting it, right? I'm doing everything I can, but it can get in the building. I could catch it at work from somebody who vaccinated, who partying and shit. He out partying and shit just because he vaccinated. He bring it into the building, and then I catch it. And I've been doing everything that I had to do, but I catch it from work. And you're going to take $15K from me? Nah, man. Can't do that.
Okay. That is a valid point. So I think I'm understanding where you're getting at here. Obviously, you're still encouraging vaccination, but for the people who are just not going to do it and they're living just not like out partying, going crazy.
Just let them be. Let them live with their restrictions.
Okay.
Can't take their money.
Unfortunately, I think it's at the point though where you can't trust people to live correctly. Like you can't start enforcing a lifestyle. I guess.
I mean, with the vaccine don't prevent. You know what I'm saying? It don't prevent you from getting it. So it ain't like, all right, you got the vaccine, you could go party now. Like I still could get COVID. So what's the? You know what I'm saying?
Can get COVID.
I still could spread it too. So I don't know, man. It's a fine line, man. I got my vaccine though, baby. So I'm pulling up.
yeah, exactly. I think the conversation that we just had is pretty much the conversation that's had in every dining room, living room, barbershop. Like obviously not specifically to the NFL, but just like, we've gone through a lot recently with this whole vaccine and things of that nature. With that being said, when we come back next week, we will get back to football and non-vaccine discussions. We'll be talking about training camp battles. There's a big battle going on in Denver. Might talk about another one happening in New England as well, and some other teams across the NFL. It's Call to the Booth on the Blue Wire Podcast Network. That's Aqib Talib. I'm Harrison Sanford.